Hello, Roma. Hello, Carrie. How are you?
Hello,
Very well, thank you,
Sarah.
Sarah.
I had just to say, Roma, my grandma is watching me do this like from heaven, and she is having a blast. Touched by an Angel was our show. I'm sure
Uh-huh.
she cannot believe that this is happening. So
That's so
I
nice. Hi, Grandma.
just share that with you. I always talk to my mother about her wanting to find more faith-based television because as you know, we watch Seventh Heaven, Touched by an Angel, they're obsessed with The Chosen. And I told her, I'm like, you are gonna love the Baxters. Get ready for a little drama mixed with some faith. And she's so excited. And I want to ask Karen a little bit, and Roma, since you're executive producing the show, how did we go from the book to Prime Video and not necessarily to just like a faith-based streaming channel like there are out there?
Well, Roma called me several years ago and she said, I'm reading the books and I would love your blessing to make them into a TV show. And that was a huge answer to prayer for me. Like your grandmother, my dad, huge fan of Touched by an Angel. We all watched it. And when he read the first book in the Baxters series, which was Redemption, he said, Karen, I have the perfect idea. You just need to call that Roma Downey. You need to call her. She'll make it into a TV show. And of course, I said, Dad, I don't have her number. I don't know how would I do that? So then, fast forward 10, 15 years and to get that call from Roma and then to watch her lovingly take on the task of not just making an incredible show, but making it true to the books. And she did such a phenomenal job. I got to go to set several times in the 3 seasons that have been filmed so far. And yeah, the process has been a dream for me. And I got to edit scripts. So I got to really be sure that what people said and did really was what the characters would say and do in the Baxters.
I love that. Roma, what was it about this book series that you knew like it had to be a show?
I know I came into the book series just as a fan. A friend gave me Redemption, the first book. I just couldn't put it down. It was one of those, or just one more chapter. I just read one more chapter. And I couldn't, I was pouring over it. So I knew I saw it visually. I could see it in my mind's eye. I thought this has to be a TV show. Also, to your point, there's nothing like this on television. And I think for people to actually get to see a family that maybe share their values, a church going family. I can't think of a show that has that anymore. And in that first episode, you get to see John and Elizabeth Baxter worried about their daughter Carrie, and they do a very simple thing which would come naturally to Christian families, where they just say, "Can we let's hold hands and pray for her," and they pray for her in the name of Jesus. And I don't know that we ever see that on TV either. So there's a lot in it for everybody. I don't think you have to be of faith to enjoy it. It's an invitation and everyone's included in that. But I think that people who do believe will love seeing, a church going family on the screen. But just because they go to church and just because they believe doesn't mean they're immune to the challenges that life is going to throw at them. And I think this is what Karen does, and Karen does so well. She's created a family that's completely relatable. And there's with 5 grown-up children and spouses, and by extension, the family circle is very big. So there's opportunity in there for somebody to be going through some drama at all times. But what I loved about it was modeled at the very center of it was this loving and committed romantic relationship between the matriarch and patriarch, John and Elizabeth Baxter. And as you know, I stepped in front of the camera myself, which I haven't done since Touched by an Angel, really, to be on series television to play the role of Elizabeth Baxter. And that's also been very fun, just to be back on screen again as well, acting.
When I told my mother that you were starring in it, she was like, I'm sorry, what? She's back? And I'm like, yes, because as you said, it's been a minute for you. So, what was it about Elizabeth that made you not just want to bring the show to life, but be a part of it in front of the camera? Because I think that's huge.
Yeah, no, it was huge. It was a huge decision for me. I mean, Karen really encouraged me to do it also, I have to say. But I think it was just the personality of Elizabeth, that she's a prayer warrior, that she's compassionate, that she loves her children fiercely. And I just thought, it was time. I prayed on it, as I do any big decision in my life. And then, and then there's so many themes too in the books and in the TV series that I really could relate to. And that's sort of, as a mother myself, I have a mother's heart myself. And I would just like to say that my own daughter, Riley, stepped in also to play the youngest Baxter child, Erin. So I get to have my own daughter in it. And we were able to cast Cassidy Gifford, who plays Reagan, the girlfriend of Luke Baxter. And then Cassidy's mom, our very good friend, Kathy Lee Gifford, stepped into a small guest role for us. And so this sort of mother-daughter theme. And then Karen, your son, wrote the theme song, right? And it's
Yes. It's so exciting. Yeah,
I
he's
love
yeah,
that.
it's like a big family affair. So it's a family show, a lot of family involvement in the making of it. And it's been made for your families to watch, to curl up on the couch this Easter season together with your grandparents, with your kids, teenagers, and watch the Baxter series together.
It's amazing. And Karen, my final questions for you for book readers. I know there's a lot of times things get changed. Is there anything they should brace themselves for?
This book, I mean, honestly, the books are so reflected on the screen for the Baxters. It's truly, I mean, I couldn't stop watching them. It was just like watching the movie that God first put in my heart when he gave me the Baxters. Now, there will be some like plot points as they go that are modernized. And the reason is because we're not 20 years ago. And so like 9/11 was a kind of an important moment for the Baxters. There'll be something that replaces that, but it's so true to the story about how they react, how they take in these situations. And, the Baxters love deeply, but they have deep secrets too. And at the end of the day, people are either going to say, wow, that's my family, or they're going to say, this is the family I always wanted. And either way, when they tune in on March 28th to watch the Baxters on Prime Video, they will find their way home.
Well, thank you so much. Everyone, make sure to check out The Baxters, coming soon to Prime Video. I know I loved it. My family's going to love it. I know yours will too. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's so lovely to speak with you. Thank you.
You too. Bye.